in the house. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of planets in Virgo. And whenever you have, that's called a stellium. Whenever you have a stellium, it adds special significance to whatever area or affair of life that we're dealing with that energy. So, you know me, I thought I'd go through all 12 signs and say this is what you can expect. And it probably has a lot to do with where Mercury is retrograding. That's why all of our attention is focused on.
All right, hit it and get it.
For Virgos, it's about them. It's about their personal life. It's about their wants, their needs. And Virgo's normally kind of a quiet, shy sign, kind of stand in the background, and they're not having that now. They want to be at the front of the line, and they really want to promote their own agenda, and they've taken steps towards that, but don't expect the fruits of that particular labor to occur till next week after Mercury goes direct. For Libras, they need to finish up projects. It's almost like a bad Groundhog Day for Libras. They're doing the same thing over and again, trying to get it done, and this has to do with them giving a little more than they get, finishing up things rather than starting new projects. For Scorpios, they need the help of their friends to get what it is that they want. They're trying as hard as they can to reach a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective, and they've been trying to do it alone. And I got to tell you, Scorpio, you need a team to make that happen. So they want to look for the help from their friends. For Sagittarians, career and public standing is what their deal is. They have worked very, very hard over the last 6 or 8 months or so to carve out a new niche in their profession. And by next week, it's all done. And whatever they have in front of them by the end of next week is what they're going to have to live with professionally. And actually, I think they should do really well with it. It shouldn't be a negative thing at all. For Capricorns, legal, educational, travel matters, and important matters at a distance are being decided. They're waiting for some kind of ruling that will either help them with a legal thing or an educational thing, and that doesn't come till next week. But just because it hasn't happened yet for the Capricorn, don't give up hope that it's going to happen, because it happens next week for them. For Aquarians, it's all about the money, but it's about other people's money, other people's resources, partnering up with somebody, maximizing an existing resource rather than looking for another one. And the most important thing I could say to Aquarians is add those columns up more than once and make sure you get the same total. Because if Mercury retrograde, a decimal point makes a big difference. You don't want to move one of those the wrong way. For Pisces, everybody's yelling at Pisces and they don't know what they've done. Everybody's on Pisces' case. They're having to defend themselves to their partners, to their professional partners, their public image. And Pisces literally just want to duck for the next 4 or 5 days or so and try and keep their heads down, stay out of the line of fire if they can. For Aries, it's about new responsibilities at work. Aries have big mouths. We're the first ones to say, we would do this, and this if we had the chance. And the universe is fixing to say, okay, job's yours. Fix it and then don't complain about it. So it's expanding work duties and responsibilities for them. Tauruses want to have fun. They want to find a way to take a creative project, and probably something they've been working on with somebody a little bit younger over the last 3 weeks or so. Finally, all of the pieces fall into place over the next 7 days or so, and then the Taurus has a wonderful creative project that they can then turn into a job if they really wanted to. So, and it's a good time for them with their children, which is probably good news for Pat. For Geminis, they need to straighten out their home life. There is a problem at home. They are completely in disarray in their home, and very few people can deal with that. Geminis even less so. And they have some kind of issue going on with the child, and I got to tell you, Gemini, the child's not telling you the whole truth. And if it's a choice between believing the teacher, believing the child, I would believe the teacher.
Okay.
For Cancers, it's about the pace of their day-to-day living is picked up. They picked up additional responsibilities, and they have to make sure that they attend to all of the details. And the most important thing I can tell Cancer this week is read the fine print, because that's where the catch is going to be. That's where they're going to end up getting hooked. And then for Leos, it's about making more money. It is really about increasing their earned income rather than unearned income. They've got some sort of deal that they've been cooking for the last 3 or 4 weeks or so, and it comes to be starting next Monday. So they get to finish up the details of it now and make sure they have everybody on board. It's a matter of dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's.
Gotcha.
To extract the maximum out of it. So that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac.
Not entirely bad news anywhere.
No, thank God.
Yeah, really.
You know, thank God, because there have been times when I've had to come in here and you've thrown stuff at me, but gotta say, so far no worry about too many hurricanes.
I like the sound of that, too.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that, too.
Thank you, my dear.
Always
and
a
we'll
pleasure.
See you next Wednesday.
And to our Jewish friends, happy Rosh Hashanah.
Andrew will be out tomorrow morning to
tomorrow.
celebrate, starting tonight. Yep.
So.
All right. Thank you very much, dear.
Always
See you
a
next
pleasure.
week. And you'll be able to see Janet on myq105.com. Give us about half an hour to get her all set up.